And good morning, EUC Learn Along. What we got today? Well, we're picking up on a part B for Windows clusters. Yes, I should have already logged in. Well, it looks like I have. And we're going to finish setting up what we're doing. File share. Yeah, it's been a couple days. Alright, so while we look at that, since we're looking at everything, I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. I deleted the old server that had Admin Center installed, but we'll install it on our server C, our target server, and it's using the default install from server 2025 v2. Yep. All right, so we'll wrap up files and storage, and then part C we'll do a SQL availability cluster, since we already have everything pretty much set up. Alright, do not have a, well, I guess we could use a cert, but alright, anyhow, we'll use a self-sign cert. You can notify me, don't need you taking down my lab, and just the bare minimum. V2, yep, I was right. Alright, so this is going to go. We're going to go to our servers. A and B are our nodes. What do I have pulled up on here? Nothing. Nothing. All right. Cluster. Let me verify that we got everything going. All right, so we're doing a scale out file server. We're doing clustered shared volume. Cool stuff. Yep. All right, what do we need to do? All right, so we kind of quickly set this up. Everything's quick these days. All right, so we skipped a step when we initially set up the cluster. It will ask you to validate. There was really nothing there, but you could still validate. Anyhow, we're going to validate now. All right, and you can run test. I select. We'll run all. We'll see what our problems are, and then we'll go from there. If we have any problems. Did I run out of coffee? I did. Just kind of toggle between the two. That one's doing its thing. So what we do the last video, we created a role. We got two nodes. We got the disk. We got this share set up within the role. All right. All right, see some red already. Take your time. So that's finished. Let that come up. So we've got Windows Admin Center coming up. Not looking at what's new. And we'll add your extensions. Can I change my settings? Personalize. Dark mode. There we go. So let's add or create a cluster. Let's add. Cluster-A. There we go. Got our CNO. Cool beans. All right. So not to get confused too much, toggling back and forth, but we just ran our validation. We're going to check for items. If there are any, we did see some red in the report. I don't know why it's not opening up. Edge in front. All right, so we got some warnings. Not applicable. Let's look at the bottom, system configuration. Validate software update levels. All right, the following server updates applied, which are pending a reboot, is recommended a reboot. All right. Not worried about you. All right, go to top, or go back to summary, or not. All right, so we got a network cluster configuration. Let's look at this one first. We got two. Resource status. Cluster network name does not have create computer object permissions on the OU. All right, so we saw that we had to create our virtual computer object. Yeah, PCO, that's right. manually. And I'll also post a link on how to do that. So we could fix this. It's not a huge deal. Properties, security, and cluster. What permission does it need? It needs create. So I guess it just needs to modify. Mm. Yeah. So we could go in here and narrowly, granularly scope permissions. I'll give it full permissions. Should validate our checkbox. So that was one. Was there anything else in configurations? Nope, there was not. Oh, now it wants to go back to the top. All right, what was the other one? Quorum. Quorum. This cluster not configured with a witness. Best practice. All right. So let's do that as well. Oh my goodness. Things are running slow. All right, so we'll finish. All right, so we validate more actions. There we go. Before you begin, we can use default. We can select a witness, advance. We'll select a witness. Trial by your jury. Configure a disk witness, a file share witness, cloud witness. As quorum vote of a disk witness. We'll do a file share witness. So we need a share path. Yeah, we'll come back to you. We'll continue to use our C as our third server. We'll create a share. We'll call it cluster A. We will share it out. A lot of clicking. All right, what were we on? A? All right, server C. There's our share. Next, next. Finish. Now, if we go to, there it is. There's our file share witness. Everything's online, looking good. What we got in here? Awesome. All right, we'll go back and go back to top. So this one, just make sure the machine is identical as the other one. Updates, OS, all that good stuff. Cluster configuration, we got permissions set on the OU for our CNO. our cluster. We got a witness network. Validate network communication. All right, so we only have one NIC per server, so we can add one. Let's go ahead and do that then. Settings. Add nick. Finish. Okay. And the same on B. Don't know what I'm doing. All right, finish. Okay. So I think that's all we need. That second NIC, from what I read, uh, you can just pass these settings. You can have it on the same switch, same network. Doesn't matter, but they recommend that you put it on a different network on a different switch. That way you got true availability. But we're just doing the bare minimum to get rid of some of these yellow highlighter items. And we'll close. Do I need to do anything to the NIC? No, I think we're good. All right. Let's validate the cluster. One more time. We'll run all tests. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And we'll see if we addressed any of these issues. All right, so that's going to take its time. All right, we got our cluster A and B. Connecting to our cluster. Getting things ready. Roles, nodes, disk, storage replicas. Oh man. Kubernetes. SDN. Performance monitor. Got some extra features. But we'll let it come up. And we'll just look at this new management UI. Versus looking at it the old way. All right, so we've got a brief rundown, the cluster name, current host, one role, one network, online. Yep. Can I stop it? Oh, I could stop it. Simulate failure. Not going to do any of that. Oh, excuse me. Settings. A lot of additional features. If the dice providing the file share isn't active, okay. Do off network, off domain, join. I don't know how to word that. Server, okay. Got some security. Is that the chap? No, that was something else. Um, Cluster traffic encryption. Okay, updates. I'm good on that. Cancel. Ah, roles. Hmm. All right, so I'm good looking at this. Let you play around with it. Again, pretty much same settings, all within Admin Center. All right, so we ran our report. I burned some time. It has finished. Let's view it and see if we addressed any issues. Oh, be in the background again. Got it. All right, so cluster configuration has gone away. So we addressed permissions, not the correct way, because we added more than just create. We added a file share witness. So those two were addressed. System configuration probably will say the same thing. We'll look though. Validate software update levels. The following servers have updates applied which are pending reboot. Okay. So reboot the servers. All right, so that is that's not going to happen right now, but good to know. Network. All right, validate cluster network configuration. All right, so we did add the second NIC. We didn't really configure it or do anything with that. All right, so DHCP status of network interface, Ethernet 0. So that was our original NIC. Differs. Correct. So DHCP is not enabled on these. So that I don't want to set any of that up or mess with that. So this will stay as a warning anyway, because we're the way. How am I using? I got VMware doing something with the network. The way I got the NAT settings. But anyhow, our domain controller is not handling that. All right, so we pretty much cleared up everything. It may not have been the right way or the recommended way, but we got permission squared away. You can look at how to set that. Just need to create object permissions. Got the witness set up. A few different ways to do that, and then our network. And I'll post links on how to set these up as well. All right, so we got a sandbox environment. Yeah, okay. We looked at admin center. Cluster is up to date, good to go. Anything else? Anything else we can do? No. So I'll stop there. This will be part B. We'll do one more part C for Windows clusters, and I'll get a SQL installed on these two servers, and I'll set that up. But anyhow, hope you learned something.